front of it. But sometimes what happens is you worry about where that is much more than the person who has the ball. And on that play, they didn't have enough focus on him. And somehow he turned a short pass into a first down.
70 Lion.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from, working his way into the secondary. He figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
A gain of 4.
Second down and 6 now.
Second and 6.
Switch. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
The
Bengals at 12-2 now on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are on the board first here this afternoon.
For the extra point.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Bengals 7. Steelers nothing. Cam Little to kick off.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
50 Green. Ready.
Throwing to start the drive. Draper. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And we are tied at 7.
Chad Ryland to kick off.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. 2nd down and inches. Now they go screen. It's complete. Into space at the 45. And finally brought down at the 43. 22 yards there, a first down.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. And here's a handoff out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and
these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one, so they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
You look at this Steeler defense.
Yeah, they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
From the gun on 3rd down, Monroe. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Cowboy.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8. The big loss on 1st down leads to a tricky 2nd down. 18 yards to go. Off the play fake. Monroe. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
From the contact.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Okay, ready?
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And he will have the Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That time on the run-pass option when he decided to throw it. Not a quick little drop-off. He went downfield a bit.
Reminiscent of a triple option quarterback in college because he faked it inside, and instead of immediately throwing it out to the perimeter, stepped back in the pocket to find a target downfield.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Ready. Blue strike. 10 black.
They'll look to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Ready.
Back to throw again. This is intercepted. And the Bengals are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
On the double.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Monroe. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 44 yards.
First and goal.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
This one complete right side to McDonald. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here.
Let's go now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
17. Steelers 7. Cam Little to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
At their own 40-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They go play action here on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that nearly intercepted. The free safety roaming into position, almost had it, but it's second down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. The offense on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
On the double.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
10 black.
Operating from the gun, Draper. And that will be incomplete.
Continued struggles here in the second quarter, and to me, you can pin a lot of them on an inability to convert 3rd downs. Add that most recent incompletion to the list of examples.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during the series, but what will be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Brings up 2nd.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And a gain of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Jeremy Crawshaw in
on 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try to keep the defense honest.
You mean also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Come on, set. Yellow, blaster, 6. Ready.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Inside the 10. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals, JD. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Steelers 7. Cam Little to kick off.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone.
And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On the set. Check, check. Check. Ready.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
The ball carried by
And he stopped immediately there.
He was
They work now on 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Monroe. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. Off play action. Monroe. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
First down.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Back to throw. Monroe. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down.
Brings up second.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to bring up second down.
Okay, break. Go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Off the play fake. Monroe. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go to the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
18 Cardinal, 19 tight. Cut 19, cut 19.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
A 9-yard
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Go street. Cougar 19.
And he will have the first down at about the 21-yard line.
Rig alert. Rig alert. Warrior 70. Hut, hut.
The final shot before break. Monroe. That's going to be caught. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Cam Little to kick off.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
19 Lions. Go.
2nd and 13. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
From the gun on 3rd down, Frazier. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
60 by 6.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door.
Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
They'll try to run this one in. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
And goal at the 7-yard line.
Let's go now.
Now a first carry here for their running back. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals add 6 to their lead. Now the try here for the point after. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Bengals 31, Steelers 7. Cam Little to kick off.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
The 13-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Weeks. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Weeks. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They're going to try and throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15.
He was brought down at the 13.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ready? Liking 8. Ready?
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal. It's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knocking on the door.
He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many new...
And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals have opened the lead up to 30. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Steelers 7. Cam Little to kick off.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And just shutting him off there.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
31-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played,
2nd and 10.
all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Intercepted. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Check, Panther.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And snapped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That good for 19 and a first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Bengals 45, Steelers 7. Cam Little to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
From the gun on third down, Frazier. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bengals drive about to get going. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I really enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city. But in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to be MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage. Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Off the RPO, he completes it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
First down.
12 more yards there and another first down.
16-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take the like Turner at this point. You just go ahead and play.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. He finds his man, complete. That's McDonald. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw. Monroe.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 20-yard line.
Back to throw. Frazier. Oh, the ball comes out as they hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Looking to throw. Frazier. Rush coming in. He's taken down.
6 yards.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Off-play action. Frazier. Under pressure, they got him again.
4 yards.
They get him that time thanks to the safety blitz as he sank for a loss of 4. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And the throw is going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
2nd down and 8.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Intended for number
Up
82.
big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. No ball.
Back to throw. Frazier. He's got his target. That's complete. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 44 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Frazier. He finds his man, complete. It's Barnes.
16 more yards.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Seven Pirates. Go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, it's complete.
And the Steelers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
2-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Shut up. Ready, go. Panther 60. Ready.
Johnson.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
2nd and 7.
Go get him. 60 Eagle. Get up.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 4.